Yeah. Oh. We need to.
You want it to use any show?
I'm sure we will have. Now you're set.
Thank you.
There you go.
There's my lady.
All right, well, welcome. Before he gives his spiel for Mike, because I don't really know Mike that well anyway. How many, I'd certainly like to get to know you, though, don't get me wrong. How many of you are here for the first time?
Yes.
And how many of you think this is a fantastic bookstore? Hey! A big thank you to Cheryl and Steve for opening the bookstore here. We're thrilled to have you. Okay, so.
And Mike and his lovely wife, Olivia, welcome you all to Mike's book signing here in Los Gatos. Very thankful for everyone being able to make it. And also the Jerry Best Band, who are, geez, they're the best. And their words of find your space within the way is very appropriate for Mike DeGregorio, whom is very synonymous with surfing, and also while you have life and love, face the day. For those that may not know, Mike has published 2 novels prior to his now 3rd novel, Ditch Kids, the first being Secret Spot, which is surfing based, and also Thunder Bay, which is a bit of a spin-off of Modern Day Mavericks. And then a total defection from those books now to his home roots of the Ditch Kids, which the first question is it about ditching school? Well, of course not, he says. It's about this ditch in the back of our home where I grew up in this beautiful valley, Santa Clara Valley, and his account of how pristine. And the difference between the novels is amazing. And then now what he's done is he's rounded up the community, just as he's done within the surfing community of Santa Cruz. He has brought together the community of his neighbors, the actual account, the people are here, the actual...
I still live there.
She's right.
Still live on
And the kids that were in battling one another, the Faulkners and the Dirt Clods and the this, and they're here. Fast forward 50 years. It's amazing. So what is very accurate is the DeGregorio name is synonymous with quality and community in Santa Cruz. And so without further ado, Mike DeGregorio.
Oh my gosh. So, Linda, can I use your real name?
Absolutely.
Linda Savannah.
Yeah.
She was a ditch kid. And she hung out with us, and when we had the great storms in the
Oh, yes.
late 40s and 50s.
Yes.
And it just completely flooded La Chiquita, West La Chiquita, and we loved it. And Harriet Conlon,
This kid's had a
her
blast.
daughter, hung around with Linda. You guys never
We're
went
still best
anywhere
friends.
without each other.
We're still best friends. Every Sunday we speak. I live in Arizona. She lives in Sacramento.
It's amazing.
Every Sunday.
My Aunt Doris lived on the street.
I remember
there.
Auntie Dottie. Yeah.
My brother Dave, he was like the bad guy ditch kid. Always getting me in trouble. He's here tonight. So it's really, for me, it's wonderful. And I also want to mention that Mary Ann Quinn is the lady, very exotic looking lady. His real name is different, but I called him Eddie Hazard because that's what he was. And I'm sure, you remember Eddie. I mean, you were right next door. He lived right next door to Eddie Hazard. She had the house right next door. And her and her husband were adventurers in the 40s, in the 50s, and the 60s. And they were never home, but they knew who we were. We were the kids that used to drive the gasoline-powered crazy vehicles up and down the street.
I didn't know how dangerous that was until I read that book.
You were the only one on the block
I have
doing
a
your
question,
homework.
Mike.
We went to Catholic school together.
No, I didn't.
No, you weren't in
Catholic school.
Catholic
I just
school.
hung out with Catholic school guys.
That's right. But Steve, you went to school with Linda Los
Yes.
Gatos. You guys went to
Murray
Los
and I
Gatos
have
High
been,
together.
we went to
Linda and I
school
went to
from
school all
first
together,
grade till
yeah.
we graduated from high school. Yeah.
Steve is a survivor of the Catholic school right over here. You throw a rock and hit it. I jumped over the fence in 1951 or something like that. Everybody just waved goodbye. Became a Presbyterian.
Nuns are still in mourning.
I mean, Dave was really not the angel he makes himself out to be.
No.
You know that, right? And Harry knows it for sure. I thought it was interesting, there's a lot of baby boomers here tonight, and we appreciate this. This is a receipt from the O'Connor Hospital for my brother-in-law Joey's birth. Take a guess. Just take a wild guess.
$150.
What does it cost for an aspirin in a hospital these days?
150.
$600.
$82. That's for 3 days in the hospital.
Oh, my goodness.
$82, it's right there.
That was a cheap birth.
What year was that?
Bruce is in here
No,
too.
mine's the 82, his is 59.
Oh, God.
$59 on mine.
You're an expensive child.
Both my kids were born in Oklahoma. Yeah, the older.
I have to mention my brother. I could not have remembered all the little things that happened, all the scenarios, all the people's names, and the dates. I mean, the guy's got like a steel trap memory. I couldn't have done it without him.
You didn't remember when I saw you
Plus you got
naked, though.
Crazy.
You want to hang on the back of
And my Aunt Doris is a little funny little. My Aunt Doris is a lady with the exotic hat on. Yeah, you guys are both exotic tonight. The cover is an actual photograph that, and you can see my Aunt Doris's head at the bottom of the
You're the
And
shadow.
the reason we look like we got caught doing something is because we were fighting over, in my hand is one of those little plastic helicopters, and you wind them up and you push them from the bottom and they take off. Well, we had two of those, but one of the helicopters went up on the roof. So I had the helicopter, and Dave had both the launchers, and we were having a battle of wits over who was going to win. And she caught that moment. That's the moment right there.
I'm gonna give you my, you have my card.
We can sell it.
I'm gonna give you my, you have my card.
We can sell it.